Hello and welcome to my channel. I am your favorite healer, Divinely Danielle. Just letting some Palo Santo just to kind of clear the space a little bit. I'm going to do a new moon in Virgo reading. If you saw any of my mutable readings, I was saying new moon in Leo, I think, and that was incorrect. So anyway, it's in Virgo. We get 2 new moons in Virgo, which is not terribly rare, apparently. I tried to look up how often it happens, and I don't know. So yeah, we've got one happening on Saturday, August 23rd at 12:01 a.m. That's Mountain Daylight Time. And then the next one is a partial eclipse on September 21st. It's the next new moon in Virgo. The one happening this Saturday is at 0 degrees. So, alrighty. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. Sit down, get relaxed, get your water, your coffee, your tea. I'm having a glass of wine and some water. So that might be something that you want to do tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the, just like the new moon, the energies and things like that, for the weekend ahead. And then I'll do a little reading. I'll do a little, tarot for you guys. Okay. Alrighty. So I do believe in divine timing. So while this is a new moon specific, reading, whenever you come across it, maybe there's a message in it for you. And if there's not, then there's not. You move on and leave the messages for somebody else. That being said, with any kind of intuitive reading, use your own intuition to know which signs and symbols are significant for you in your specific soul's journey. All right, so I've got a whole bunch of notes here, so let me get down to what I haven't read out loud. Let's see. So it was, oh yeah, the next new moon in Virgo is the 21st night of September. Okay. I hope you chuckled. All right. So I feel like this new moon could be possibly setting you up to complete something before Libra season gets here. So if there's something that you've been thinking about putting out there or something that you're working on, Virgo, if I'm not mistaken, controls the intestines. So it could be something along the lines of maybe eating cleaner, having a more consciously led diet. I don't know if you have tried that. Have you ever tried an intuitively led diet? I did that before. I lost a whole bunch of weight, just kind of actually listening to my body when I was hungry and not eating because I was bored, or if it was time to eat, like you're supposed to eat, so you're going to eat. Like that just that doesn't work for me personally. I'm not a medical professional. Read the disclaimers. Don't come at me. Also, this is a dark moon. So what I'm feeling for this is that it's a really good time to really go deep within and work on any shadow work that you need to get done. Perhaps there's something that happened last year around this time. I did not write this down. I don't know who this is for, but it's very specific. So maybe this time last year, last year's Virgo new moon, maybe there was something that was put into place back then that you need to either revisit or bring full circle, something that you need to close a cycle somehow. New moons, anything new, there's going to be something that had to end for that new cycle to come in, right? So maybe there's something that you need to let go of. Again, going back to Virgo, And I could be incorrect, but whatever, we're gonna roll with it. Virgo, ruling over intestines. I've got my planner here, which is gonna tell the details, but I'll get through this and then we'll see if I have the energy to go flip through the planner to see exactly where it is. But anyway, I'm feeling like this could be a cycle for you in regards to your diet, or maybe it's your nerves. Maybe that's where the intestines are coming in here. Maybe it's something that makes you feel nervous, something that gives you butterflies, something that gives you like happy butterflies. It doesn't have to be something that makes you nervous in a bad or a negative feeling way. Yeah, so maybe dive deep into what it is that you really want to do, what it is, because that's also like your solar plexus and your sacral chakras are around that vicinity of the body. So maybe it's something that you need to express more fully, more openly. Yeah, kind of like I'm doing here. This is my first talking head kind of video, and honestly, I'm a little bit, scared shitless. So we'll see. I don't even know how many people are gonna watch this video, but it's okay. On that note, I think I'll take a sip of my wine. Go ahead and take a sip of your drink. What time is it where you are? What are you drinking? What does it look like? What are you, what's around you? Okay, so I've got the chart pulled up on my phone. I did a screenshot and then I cropped it out because it showed the city where I live, and that kind of creeps me out. I'm not putting my city out there. So Saturday at midnight Mountain Daylight Time. So that is when the new moon is happening. If you look at the very bottom of the chart here, it's when the moon that looks like a boob, next to the sun that looks like a boob next to the moon, and they're right on the cusp of Leo and Virgo. And then in the middle, you'll see all the crazy different lines. So the red ones are either opposing energies or squares. The blue is trine energy, and green is sextile, and maybe another alignment might be in green as well. I don't know. I would have to look at it in the app, which is going to show you where I am, and I'm not going to do that. All right, so this new moon is also opposing Lilith. So that's not Lilith, the black moon. This is Lilith, the asteroid. And so that really kind of dives in. Let me see if I can show you. So you've got the new moon down there on the bottom. Oh, that is really bad lighting. So, or anyway, that's from my app, Time Nomad. Also, if you're going to just use a browser, I highly recommend Astro Dianist. Go ahead and search for that. And they've got a ton of free resources and just a wealth of knowledge on astrology and things of that sort. All right, so yeah, we've got the new moon opposing Lilith right before it becomes direct. You have Venus square Chiron. So to me, that's a lot of healing your inner wounds, because Venus is the goddess of of beauty and love and all the things that are lovely about this plane of existence, being a human. And then Chiron is the wounded healer. That is, so if you were to equate that to tarot, that would be the Nine of Wands energy. You're beaten and battered in some way, shape, or form, but the beauty of Chiron is that whatever made you feel beaten and battered in the past is how you're able to help other people get through those same situations or similar scenarios. I've personally been doing that. So if that's something that you want to talk about further, I would be more than happy to, help you dive into that and see what it looks like for you. That'd be really cool. Let's see. Oh, I also wanted to just kind of drop a note in about Virgo being kind of a perfectionist as a sun sign. Virgos tend to be known for having lists and having notes and just being very organized and knowing what step they're going to take next usually. So while that may or may not be true for the Virgos in your life, whether it's you, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or North Node, these are different things that that can come up, especially during this season. So with this new moon, I'm going to recommend or suggest that you really lean into the organizational energy of this of Virgo. That way you can get your poop in a group. It's a nice way of saying get your shit together. My sister likes to say get your poop in a group, and I think it's hilarious. Yeah. So another note that I would like to point out, I'm looking at the chart again, is so we've got Neptune and Saturn. They're both retrograde. They're conjunct. They're right at the beginning of Aries. So this is really making your dreams a reality kind of energy. You've got the dreamy world of Neptune, and you have the realistic, kind of timekeeper of Saturn. And while they are both retrograde, having them together like this, and then I feel with them being in Aries, it's like big dick energy. It's the Emperor card in the tarot. I feel like this is really going to amplify the organizational aspects of being in Virgo season. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, Virgo. Virgo is not an energy that I personally deal with very often, even in like my friends and family circles. It's not a sign that I've dealt with very often. So forgive me if it doesn't just roll off of my tongue. Yeah, so Saturn and Neptune and Saturn, they're together in Aries. Aries is a fire sign. It's very go-getter kind of energy. And I love that in conjunction with, we've got this dark new moon in Virgo with these two, heavy hitter planets in Aries. I think it's just a really good recipe for success for us all. Okay. Let me see what else I've got here. Pluto is trine Uranus. That could be really great. Trine energy is always, I'm going to say it's always a positive aspect. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, I can't read my scribbles, so we're not going to read the rest of that. Okay, we're going to move on to Sunday, August 24th. All right, so later in the morning, maybe even into the evening. So the moon is going to reach the South Node, which is in Virgo. So the nodes, North Node, South Node, they are points in the sky. They're not physical locations. They're not asteroids or planets or moons or anything like that, okay? So it's just telling us where eclipses are going to be for the next eclipse season, which we are rapidly approaching. As our next new moon in Virgo is a partial eclipse. And that's after a solar eclipse. I'm not getting into that today. All right, so on Sunday, the moon is going to be conjunct, and so maybe obvious, maybe not, but when the moon is conjunct, the south node is going to be opposite the north node because they are always 180 degrees apart. And they're usually retrograde, but the nodes right now appear to be going in a direct motion. Okay, so that being said, right after that, so Sunday, I want to say later Sunday, let's see. That's right. Almost Monday, depending on where you live in the world. The moon is going to move into Libra, and that is when the moon is going to be opposing that Neptune Saturnian energy that I spoke of just a minute ago. So that's really going to be lighting that up. So I really feel like the new moon is really good at setting us up for what we want to, the dreams that we want to realize, especially in this coming season, because that's all we're focusing on right now. It's just this next season, Virgo season, okay? There's no need to stress out about the whole rest of the year. Everything that's meant for you is not going to miss you, okay? Just remember that. All right. So let's see, what did I write? We've got the moon and it's opposite. All right, so that's lighting us up. That's good energy for making your dreams a reality. And then I also wrote, like, as the moon goes into Libra, at the very least, the moon could be illuminating what are the next steps that you need to take, the tangible things that you can do today, tomorrow, before you go to bed tonight, you know? How can you make these dreams a reality in tangible ways, you know, one bite at a time? And then, you know, speaking of the end of the year, we are wrapping up 2025. Like, we've got just 4.5 months left as I'm recording this video. And again, it's not something to be stressed out about. You know, we're fine. We're doing okay. But what are some of the small steps that you can begin to incorporate to accomplish the things that you want to get done before the end of 2025? I think this is a good time to start thinking about those things before it feels like it's a heavy burden on your back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I want to know what everyone has planned for the rest of the year. You know, do you have big plans professionally? Do you have big plans for your family? Do you have plans, with your friend groups? Like, do you have maybe a fun, like, girls trip retreat kind of thing coming up, or maybe a family reunion? Those are fun to kind of have around the holidays because it kind of breaks up the heaviness that can come with some holidays. So anyway, let me know. That being said, let's read some cards. I want to go with Antique Anatomy. Okay, Divine Creator, Cosmic Mother, Angels, Ancestors, Guides, Ascended Masters, and the Highest Heights. What do we need to know? What does the collective need to know for this Virgo new moon? 0 degrees. Not the other one on the 21st night of September. All right, let me split this deck a little bit. What do we need to know? Okay, got the 2 of Coins. I love the anatomical hearts, much like one of my favorite tarot readers, Missy from Saltwater Heroes Tarot. What else do we need to know? 2 of Pentacles is, well, 2 of Coins is 2 of Pentacles. But it's balance. It's balance in the tangible world. Balance in your home and work life. Balance in nutrition, you know, diet and exercise, kind of like I was mentioning before with Virgo. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Pretty sure Virgo is the intestines as far as correspondence. Oh, I didn't have to go that far. Thank you, Jesus. All right. So it's the 6th sign. It's going to correspond with the 6th house. Keyword is I analyze. Yeah, body parts, small intestine, pancreas, and liver. And that's in my Magic of I planner. So it's going to show you Virgo. How did you know you was a Virgo? Little girls are the devil. Just kidding. All right, 2 of Pentacles. What else we have? 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and 6 of Cups. I think we gotta watch our backs, y'all. Let me shuffle some more. 5 of Blades, 5 of Swords. Aren't these so cool? I love these cards. So that is like winning at all costs, this deception. Not quite as deceptive as the 7 of Swords, but it's more being sneaky. And then here we have the 10 of Blades, 10 of Swords. That is usually, it's a painful ending. Okay, I mean, we've got the new moon, this dark new moon. Maybe there's something that, you know, we've been hanging on to from our past. There's 6 of Cups, elixirs. Maybe there's something that we're hanging on to that used to be a comfort that we've got to let go of, something that needs to end. Tell me more. There's too many. Okay. We're going to go into the Intuit Oracle. Maybe that's something that you need to let go of is something you've been sneaking around with. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything terrible. Like, are you hiding fast food wrappers and shit in your back seat? I've definitely thrown away my fair share of candy wrappers before getting home. So, you know, it doesn't have to be anything, you know, nefarious. Okay. Yeah, that's what I think the deceptive is. Maybe you're deceiving yourself. Tell me more. Is the collective deceiving themselves? Something that used to be comfort. Wheel of Fortune, number 2, fate, karma, cycles, forces of the universe. Get what you deserve. It's out of your hands. Destiny and synchronicity. And the first card that came out was Yarn, number 23. Tangled up, problems, complicated circumstance, all tied up, conundrum, string along, puzzling, hassles, and unraveling. You gotta let all that shit go. This, yeah. Sorry, this cat is hilarious. He always makes me laugh. But this cat, it's symbolizing you being all wrapped up in some toxic behavior that is not, it's not something that you've been, it's not something that you've been honest with yourself about, I think. I've got a whole bunch of cards that fell out. I'm not going to take them. Yeah. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. It's Two of Coins. Ooh, a letter. Number 27, also the Seven of Spades. Writing, communication, fax, email, mail, notes, records, news, memo, making contact, info, and written documents. We've got this for the Two of Pentacles. Maybe you're getting a message about how things are going to be balanced. Church. Maybe the letter is coming from church or some, I want to say like an official organization. Okay, we've got church, principle, religion, dogma, family values, marriage, structure, belief system, collective consciousness, tradition, and programming. For some of you, this could be the addiction. I know we don't have any cards that actually say addiction out here. I just feel like, and like I said, it could be like a, low grade addiction. You could be addicted to sugar. You could be addicted to bread. I don't know. Something that's just not serving your highest best. Something about your belief system is jumping out to me. Yeah, it's something from your past with the Six of Cups. It's just a good time to reevaluate. Maybe you don't need to make any moves yet, but maybe reevaluate things. Let me get one more. Thank you. White feather. Number 7. Go number 7 again. Oh yeah. We had 7 and 27 on the letter card. Okay, white feather. Peace, miracles, purity, protection, leap of faith, sign, message, rise above, encouraging, forgiveness, reconciliation, and freedom. Maybe with the church card, it's the structure, the belief system that you grew up in, and I want to say to go into, untangling yourself from this addiction. I'm just going to say this addiction. Untangling yourself from these things that are not serving your highest timeline. Go into it with peace, with a pure mind, with forgiveness, okay? Because you do have encouragement here. But don't ever do your healing begrudging someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, it's adding extra steps to your healing process, essentially, to go into it begrudgingly or like, oh, fuck them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be so good. And they're going to, like in their face, kind of like, that's going to add more steps to your healing process. Other people's opinions are none of your business. That's one of my favorite things to kind of hang on to in the back of my noodle. Just do it for yourself, do it for your highest timeline, and go into it. Like, try to go into every day, every moment, but go into this with the thought of, how good is it going to get? How good can this get? You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. I'm being called to do one of these intuitive whispers or oracle. And then we'll close it up. I'm going to drink my wine off camera. Oh, I also feel like this letter with the Two of Pentacles, because it also says records. And going back to, you know, Virgo being organized and all that good stuff. With the Two of Pentacles and the letter card, I just wanted to point out again, like, this is a really time to get your shit together. Get your poop in a group. Okay? I think that's part of this energy with the Two of Pentacles. 2 coins. Let's get one of these intuitive whispers, please, Spirit Team. Thank you. Stop pushing and striving. I think it's a butterfly. And the yucca. Might not be a yucca. It looks like it because that's what we have around here. All right, so let me read that for you. Stop pushing and striving. You're trying too hard to make things happen, and it's time to slow down and enter into flow with life. So much energy is wasted when you feel the need to push to create. Creativity is activated from stillness, so take your foot off the pedal for a moment and stop to breathe. So I got a notification when I was reading the part where so much energy is wasted when you feel the need to push to create. So that sent me back to my when I said to move forward with forgiveness in your heart if there was something that, like a path that you were led down. It was hopefully, probably with the best of intentions. Okay. Sorry, my nose itches. Usually that's an intuitive thing, but I also have allergies. Okay. Creativity is activated from stillness, so take your foot off the pedal for a moment and stop to breathe. There are 2 paths in life that coexist, and they both lead to the same destination. But one is pushed, and the other one is supported and pulled. Let's switch paths. Accept support where you need it, and take a breather to look at the bigger picture. You'll know when you're back in the flow of life, when things feel effortless yet productive, and when things feel like they head toward you, not away from you. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. How to stop pushing and striving. Take a break from what you're doing. It might be a day off work, an hour to pause, going for a walk, or even just closing your laptop and taking some deep breaths. But in this moment, prioritize space. When you are in the pushing mode, you often can't see any other possibilities because you're caught in the busyness of it all. Break the circuit by taking some space to breathe and slow down. You don't need to move at the same pace as the rest of the world to succeed. In fact, finding your own pace is the most powerful way of working. Slow and steady wins the race, but also allows you to switch into your flow. Okay. I think this really goes well with today's message. Virgo is not a very, well, it's a mutable sign. It's not a very pushy energy at all. You know, this is a great time to reassess things, the direction, your trajectory of certain aspects of your life. See where it's flowing. See what healthy habits you can create this season. Alrighty, well, I am going to leave it here. That's all I have for you this evening. I trust that it resonated for you in some way, shape, or form. And that you will give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to follow along for more content like this. I'm going to be doing astrology readings. I will do more tarot. I love doing tarot readings. And leave down in the comments if there are certain things that you'd like to learn about. I like doing educational styled videos, teaching people about different aspects of astrology or different tarot card meanings and things like that. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to expand upon. In the meantime, you can always head over to my website, divinelydanielle.square.site. That is in the description box below as well. If you would like to go dive in deeper for a reading, we can do a tarot reading or an astrology reading. And I can give you some more information. I love working with people. Alrighty, so with all that being said, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, your evening, wherever you are today. Love yourself, love each other, and I'll talk to you soon.